Hey guys, I'm Doston, and in this video I'm going to share you with 10 ways to make some extra money while living in Japan. Alright, if you're a student, you might face a lot of financial problems, or you want to make some extra money, but you don't really know what you can do, alright? But by using your skills or your experience, you already have something. So that's why I hope those tips will help you to find what you love and what you enjoy to do, as well as get money for that. So first thing you can do while living in Japan is buy and resell, for example, games or music. So you can use eBay, or you can use other platforms to sell your things. And if you go to shop, which name is Book Off, you can find a lot of different games and retro games from there, and you can resell them on eBay or other websites, as I told you. So that's why consider that if you have some experience and if you know some games that will resell, so I think it's pretty cool way to start your side hustle. Next thing you can offer is moving service. It's pretty hard to have a car and to own a car in Japan. So if you already have a license, you can just rent out a car, or if you already have a car, just help your friends or other people to move out their stuff. Because moving out companies in Japan are pretty expensive, but at the same time not that expensive compared to US and other developed countries. But for students, just dropping $200, $500 just for moving out service is pretty expensive. And by doing this service, you can start earning some extra cash. Next job might be a little bit weird and strange for some people, but it already exists, so I wanted to share it with you. It's renting a foreigner. So probably you're watching this video and you're a foreigner living in Japan. So you can offer this service for Japanese people. So they might learn English or some cultural differences between your countries. Of course, they don't provide this service, but other things you might experience. Of course, it's a good way to start your service. And if you're a good-looking guy or girl, maybe it can work for you. But I'm not quite sure it will work for everyone. But it's actually interesting. I find it pretty amusing. Fourth way to make some extra money is edit videos for YouTubers. I think it's pretty hard for beginners, and you need to be good at editing and networking. But if you watch some YouTube videos, you can learn a lot from those tutorials. So that's why you can implement your interest or hobby and actually help other creators with your service with editing. So there are a lot of YouTubers and creators in Japan. So you might find not just YouTubers, but also music creators and artists that need editing video or their new music video. So I think it's pretty interesting thing to work on, editing. If you like to cycle, you actually can get paid for it. And those services like Uber Eats or other delivery services, there are Instacart. I'm not sure about some cities, they don't really have this service, but in some places you might find those websites and these part-time job offers. And actually, I see a lot of people in the early morning, 5 a.m. They deliver newspapers. I'm not sure how much you can actually earn from that, but if you do a little bit of research in websites like Gaijin Pod, you might find more information about that. But yeah, let's say if you wake up really early and you want to cycle, you can get those job and get paid for it. Sixth option is resell your old clothing. So we have a lot of stuff in our home, right? And if you actually start reselling and start getting rid of your clothing and your stuff, you can actually earn a little bit of money from that. And you can, of course, use websites like eBay or Yahoo in Japan. A lot of people in marketplace, they sell their own stuff from those platforms. But you can actually go to the book off that I already told you, and if you have some things that you don't use, just resell them. And yeah, you can earn a little bit of cash from that. And yeah, start being more frugal and start being more independent from your stuff. Next one is more general, freelance work. And by freelance, you might find a lot of offers, and you can start filmmaking, you can be a model, and you can do all sorts of things. But by freelance, you can try whether you like this thing or not. And there are actually a lot of offers for foreigners, for modeling or for acting. You can start by freelance and still earn a pretty good money, 40,000, 50,000 by gig, or every month you can build your portfolio from that as well. So freelance work. Then if you're a more creative person, you might earn cash from your art. And of course, you don't need to be professional, but if you provide good value for your customers, you might actually start earning by your hobby. Arts like portrait drawing and other services. I see it as a pretty good way to start your own following as well. Not just selling your thing and finishing by it, but also uploading your commissions, uploading your pictures on platforms like Instagram, and also Etsy. You can create your own DIY products. I feel it a pretty good way to start your online e-commerce business. And I find art pretty good for decoration as well. When you move in, you want something better than just white walls, right? Number 9 is selling food in your school or your local place. So I'm not sure about in your neighborhood. You can do that or not, like a lemonade stand. But for sure you can do food booth in your school. And a lot of people in my university started this kind of business, and I find it pretty interesting to do that, because if you're good at communication, if you're good at managing small businesses, you might start from that and already earn a little bit of cash, and might be investing in the future for other things. And also there are a lot of events in Japan and shows. So those events gather a lot of people. For example, festivals. You might create your booth. Of course, you need to talk to City Hall by doing this. And they have a lot of things to consider, right? and that's why you can earn by just making food and providing good value for your customers. And last but not least is creating your blog or podcast. Of course, in the beginning it might be frustrating to start. It's hard. You don't know where to start. But when you just Google a little bit, it's not actually that hard. And if you start from your blog, you might grow in the future to video or audio format. There are a lot of examples of foreigners who create blogs about Japan and authentic restaurants like Ichiran for ramen. Yeah, it's not very common, right? So that's why you can start your blog and your unique perspective of living or your own hobbies. You can talk about that, and of course you can do a lot of different marketing schemes and selling courses and other things that you might learn from my other videos. So if you like this video, please comment below and subscribe if you're not subscribed to this channel to learn more about saving and making money in Japan. Watch other videos and that I made about creating your following, creating your different income sources, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.